Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movie's entitled Samaritan. Let's get straight into the storyline. The story begins with a fantastic story about two twin brothers, Samaritan and Nemesis. Both live in a city called Granite City, and since childhood, they have been known to be very strong, and not infrequently, their strength makes others fear and feel the threat of that power. Until one night, the residents agreed to burn down their family home. Their parents were burned to death in the incident, but the twins were unharmed. Because of this incident, Samaritan and Nemesis grew into very different people. Samaritan grew up fighting for justice and became a protector of the citizens. At the same time, Nemesis, ruled by vengeance, wanted the whole world to feel the pain of his parents' death. Because of the difference in life goals, Samaritan and Nemesis, originally twin brothers, became mortal enemies. Nemesis even created a special hammer to fight Samaritan. The big fight between the two superhumans took place in the power plant area, which caused a massive explosion that then killed the two superhumans. Even though their story happened decades ago, many people are still fans of Samaritan and Nemesis. Many people still believe that Samaritan is actually alive. And the scene moves to the present, where we will be shown one of Samaritan's biggest fans, a 13-year-old boy named Sam. Sam is one of the people who believe the Samaritan is alive. He also often watches videos of a writer discussing everything related to the Samaritan. In his daily life, Sam lives alone with his mother, named Tiffany, because his father passed away a long time ago. This makes his mother work hard to meet Sam's needs. Sam, who understood his mother's condition, started looking for work. To get extra money, Sam was finally forced to accept a job from a gang of thugs to steal at a mini-market.
Help! Help, please! Help, please! Get the hell out of here! Come here.
After successfully stealing, Sam was then invited to the headquarters of the thugs to share the proceeds of the stolen goods. It turns out that they took the wrong stolen goods, so the thugs were angry and blamed Sam. But Sam argued that he was only tasked to distract the mini-market guard. Sam fought back and kept asking for his fee. Not long after, the leader of the thug organization, Cyrus, and his assistant, Sil, appeared. Cyrus admitted that he was impressed by Sam's courage, so Cyrus was willing to pay Sam. But Cyrus was a little disappointed when he found out that Sam was a Samaritan fan, while he was a Nemesis fan.
Nemesis was a god.
After the incident, some thugs still didn't accept Sam's attitude and decided to beat Sam up. The thugs then caught Sam and beat him up.
Oh yeah? She's gonna find you dead.
Luckily, a grandfather scavenger named Joe Smith appeared, living across from Sam's apartment. Joe asked the thugs to let Sam go, but the thugs refused Joe's request, so Joe was forced to beat the thugs. Unexpectedly, Joe, who looked weak, had mighty strength, even to the point of bending a knife with his bare hands. Since that incident, Sam became interested in Joe Smith's identity. Sam even suspects that Joe is Samaritan. At the same time, Cyrus and his men were seen breaking into the police evidence office to take the mask and hammer weapon belonging to the Nemesis. After getting the hammer, Cyrus immediately crowned himself as the new Nemesis. Cyrus's journey as the new Nemesis was opened by starting chaos and riots throughout the city, while gathering the residents who are also supporters of Nemesis.
Take back what is yours. George, no!
The next day, Sam met Joe and urged him to confess that he was Samaritan. But Joe kept denying that he was Samaritan. Finally, when he was in the middle of the road, Joe was suddenly hit by a car of thugs who still had a grudge against Joe. Sam was shocked to see Joe lying on the road with severe injuries.
Oh my god.
But suddenly, Joe realized and woke up while fixing his broken bones. Sam then helped Joe back to his apartment. Joe said that he needed water to cool his body temperature. If his body temperature was too high, his heart would explode.
When I get hurt, my body overheats, my heart explodes.
Sam, who saw all these events, was even more convinced that Joe was the human Super Samaritan. Sam promised not to divulge Joe's identity to anyone. Since then, Joe and Sam often spend time together.
Problems, trying to get rid of them, right? Here you go.
One day, Joe saw Sam's broken watch. Joe then offered to fix Sam's watch.
I'll try.
After leaving Joe's house, Sam met Cyrus and his men, who offered Sam a job again. Sam's task this time was to stand guard in front of the warehouse. Curious about what Cyrus and his men were doing, Sam decided to go inside the warehouse. Sam was shocked when he saw Cyrus killing someone. Feeling uncomfortable, Sam decided to leave and accidentally saw his friend being ganged up on by a gang of thugs. Sam decided to help his friend, but it made him the victim of the gang. Even the thugs broke Sam's hand. The injured Sam was then taken back to his apartment on a trolley. Arriving at the apartment area, the thugs accidentally saw Joe, who was still alive. The thugs were shocked and immediately fled the place, while Joe immediately took Sam to the hospital for treatment. It turns out that one of the thugs reported Joe to Cyrus. They wondered why an old man hit by a car was still alive. This interested Cyrus, and he immediately sent his men to arrest Joe. Long story short, Cyrus's men immediately followed Joe, and they arrived at a small alley. In a short time, Joe immediately beat all the thugs. After defeating all the thugs, Joe was seen hurrying away so as not to make a mess in that place. But one of the thugs suddenly threw a bomb at Joe and the little girl. Joe quickly saved the little girl. Joe's action also received attention from people at the scene, and the incident went viral and spread throughout the city. Afraid that bad things would happen, Joe packed his belongings and left the city. Meanwhile, after seeing the viral news, Cyrus and his men are convinced that Joe is a Samaritan. This made Cyrus very angry, and he and his men immediately moved to attack Joe's apartment. Upon arriving at Joe's apartment, they found no one there. However, Cyrus discovers that Sam is a close friend of Joe and plans to arrest Sam to lure Joe out.
I knew I liked you.
Meanwhile, Joe, who was seen waiting for the train, suddenly realized that he still had yet to return Sam's watch. So Joe returns to Sam's apartment to return the watch before he leaves. Arriving at Sam's apartment, Joe is surprised by the messy condition of the apartment, and Sam's mother cries while saying that Sam has been kidnapped by Cyrus. Joe, who heard that, was furious and immediately set off for the Cyrus headquarters. He drove a truck at full speed until it crashed into the barrier wall of the Cyrus headquarters. And this is where we can see how powerful Joe is. Although Joe continues to be shot at, his body is completely unharmed. Joe continued to beat up Cyrus's men until finally Cyrus appeared in front of Joe. Joe challenged Cyrus to fight individually, but Cyrus was not stupid. He refused and immediately attacked Joe with the Nemesis hammer. Joe was beaten to death by Cyrus using the hammer until a surprising fact was revealed. Where Joe is actually not a Samaritan, but a Nemesis.
I'm the bad guy!
Cyrus, who knew this fact, was speechless because Nemesis was his idol. Even so, Cyrus did not give up, because he considered that Joe had failed to become the real Nemesis, and Cyrus was determined to become the next Nemesis. Joe immediately attacked all of Cyrus's men who were there. Cyrus then escaped while taking Sam hostage. After that, Cyrus told his men to turn off all electricity and burn the headquarters. While Joe continued to fight Cyrus's men, his stamina drained. Until finally, Joe managed to defeat all of Cyrus's men and rushed to help Sam, who was tied up by Cyrus. Joe thought Cyrus had left the base, so he dropped his hammer to help Sam. But from behind, Cyrus took the hammer and used it to attack Joe.
The power station!
Sam, who saw it, tried to escape and was bravely helping Joe. Thanks to Sam's efforts, Joe finally managed to get up and beat Cyrus. But Joe's body condition was precarious. After receiving many attacks made his body hot. He asked Sam to splash him with water. After getting water, Joe also successfully escaped from a critical situation and immediately rushed to take Sam away from that place because the place would soon explode. After surviving the place, Sam began questioning Joe's identity as Nemesis. Joe admits that he is Nemesis, but Joe allows Sam to determine whether Nemesis is a bad person or not. In short, Sam's story was questioned by reporters because Sam was the only one who survived the incident. Sam told reporters that the figure who saved him was Samaritan, and the movie was over. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and comment.